Thanks, Riley. Thanks, Carl. Welcome down here to Martin E. Kilpatrick Stadium, home of the Levitt Lions, for the 32nd installation of the Battle of Buckhead, live here on WCAT. Jack Hunter joined alongside by Franklin Brandon and Andrew Abernathy, and we are very excited to take you through tonight's matchup between Westminster and Levitt. The series history dating back to September 6, 1974. The first game played here at Conley Oakley Field, where Westminster, under first-year head coach Joe Robinson, took down the Levitt Lions by a score of 13-12. As you can see on the graphic we have on the screen, an AJC article recounting that, and then we also have a team picture. Shout out to Miss Nye from the archives for digging that up for us. We really appreciate it. And now, as you can look at my tie right here, we've got Westminster, we've got Levitt. This is actually Scoot Diamond, former assistant headmaster's old Battle of Buckhead tie, and he was graceful enough to leave it in the archives for us. And thanks to Miss Nye for letting me check it out today and wear it. Hopefully it can become a WCAT tradition. Thank you to Mr. Diamond as well for listening throughout the entire year. We really appreciate your support. We know you're going to be watching tonight. Go Cats, Mr. Diamond. Now we're here on the field for the Levitt Lions, Franklin, so we're going to talk about Levitt. They've had a great season offensively, but they've been slacking a little bit on the defensive side.
That's right. Levitt comes into this game with
And then Andrew, a big reason behind Levitt's success, 31.6 points per game, is the standout play of quarterback Blaine McAllister.
Right, Jack. Committed to Princeton.
Fans are getting excited. You could just see the Westminster football team running about inches behind us. And then you look at the coach for this Levitt team, Franklin, largely responsible for his success. Just like Coach Jerry Romberg, he's been here for a while, and he knows a thing or two about winning in November.
That's right.
And Abo, we talk about the Battle of Buckhead, Westminster versus Levitt. We know the implications it has there. But next week, we're going to know who we're playing and where we're playing based off this game as well.
Right, of course.
And Westminster is matched up with Region 7 AAA for the first round of the playoffs. And just like Westminster versus Levitt, deciding the 2 or the 3 seed, we have the same situation in Region 7 AAA with North Hall and Dawson County. So Westminster could be going on the road to North Hall or going on the road to Dawson County with a loss this week. But if they win, they'll be hosting one of Dawson County or North Hall. The loser of that game is going to play the 2 seed. The winner of that game is going to play the 3 seed. Now we're going to sit into James Carr and Ryan Carr for the Wildcat Sports Update. Guys, take it away.
Just last was a running back lead blocking.
And now they give to Whittington again. Whittington slicing and dicing his way through the middle to about the 18-yard line. And Coach Miguel Patrick on the far sideline for Cedar Grove, now in his first year. It's been a pretty great year for him. He's 10-2, won the Region 5 AAA championship. But he's got to be a little worried right now with Peach County's start on offense. Going up tempo. To give once again to Whittington. Whittington through the middle. He fumbled the ball, and Cedar Grove picks it up. That's T. Denson. And T. Denson with the turnover off of a fumble from Noah Whittington.
And T. Denson feeling it, picking up the fumble. Came about 1 or 2 people away from taking that back to the house. This Cedar Grove defense, right when you think they're about to give up a touchdown, no sir. Right here as we see Whittington carrying the ball a little bit loose in that right hand. Definitely a fumble. T. Denson picks it up, and Cedar Grove offense gets on the field. Heck of a play by the defense to get off. We see this offense now led by number 4, Austin Smith, who we saw make a couple good throws, a couple shaky decisions last week, I should say.
Now Austin Smith is in the gun. We've got 4 receivers, and we'll get another look at that to see who was the one that forced that fumble. Now
Cedar Grove loves their RPO game as they bring Dubinion into like a little wingback position.
Dubinion, the ultimate jack of all trades for this Saints team. First give of the game is to Shavon Wright, and he bowls forward. Very low to the ground, not exactly the tallest back in the world, but he uses that to his advantage as he picks up 5 on first down.
Yeah, and Wright, the games I've seen him play, either on film, in person, or on the field with him, a 5-yard gain almost feels like a win for this Peach County defense. And right there, we saw first play, an RPO look as right on the snap, Dubinion ran out to the flat. Austin Smith reading it as the play goes on, decides to give it to Wright, which is never a bad idea.
Flournoy in motion. And a flag on the play, but the give is to Wright. Wright with the comeback inside. Sergio Allen wins the battle of the 5s and brings him down at the 35. We're going to have to check the flag.
This play is going to be going back either illegal shift, illegal motion perhaps, but we will be seeing that 5 tackling 5 quite a bit this year. And Jack, what's the story behind that number 5 from Sergio Allen?
Well, so Sergio Allen, nobody has worn that number 5 for Peach County since 1998. The last player to do it was Randy McMichael, who was an NFL player, a star for Georgia, and who actually graduated from Peach County in 1999. He's actually on the radio right now for 92.9 The Game. And Randy McMichael this year, Peach County legend, gave Sergio permission to wear number 5. So nobody has worn that number in about 21 years. And Sergio Allen gets to wear that honor.
Yeah, number 45 is what he wore the last couple years. And I think 5 looks a little bit better on him.
It looks a little weird, though. He's so big, and you usually don't see it.
We got a little Wildcat look here early for the Saints. Different look we've seen before.
And DeBinion keeps it, and he's going nowhere but backwards. Jaqueline McGee is one Trojan that brings him down, and you can just hear this Trojan crowd erupt. And they're still coming in, too. There's not a lot of space in this building left for people.
Right here, Peach County. I think they sniffed out the different look at quarterback, little read option from DeBinion. Decides to keep it, and not the best decision in the world there. The Cedar Grove offensive line, though, they're going to have a very tall task. A lot of phenomenal athletes on this defense, and they got a couple freshmen on that offensive line as well.
Peach County crowd is on their feet. 4 receivers.
Showing a blitz, too.
Peach County showing blitz with their linebackers. They drop back. Smith looking back to throw for Mack, and that pass skips to him. It'll be incomplete, and it's 4th down.
Peach County defense gets off the field.
So after fumbling, Noah Whittington fumbles. Cedar Grove is unable to move the ball, and now this is probably where we're going to see Cedar Grove struggles on special teams.
Yeah, Peach County definitely has the advantage in the kicking game. Their kicker and punter, Sam Rayborn, number 2 ranked punter in America, according to Chris Saylor kicking. And I've actually had the opportunity to meet him over the summer at a kicking camp, kicking, punting, and snapping camp. He's a very nice guy, a very good weapon on the football field. As Cedar Grove does pretty good punt, though. So he'll spiral down to over his head, and they'll flip the field a little bit.
And it'll take a very heavy Cedar Grove bounce. It's still trickling. Something may be in that football, getting down to the 32-yard line. So very good job from Cedar Grove by flipping the field right there. That was Luis Dominguez.
And that's a huge.
Gibson in the gun. Cedar Grove showing blitz. They're bringing it. They're bringing the house. Gibson escapes. Throws an interception. Demarius Jackson picks it up. The big boy is hustling to the 5. He's in. He's in. Touchdown, Demarius Jackson. Puffing and puffing his way to the house. Oh, my goodness.
Cedar Grove defense. Oh, my gosh.
McAllister in the gun. Play action. That pass is deflected. It's intercepted. Charlie Wycliffe takes it back. Touchdown. A play for the ages. Charlie Wycliffe, a pick 6. You have got to be kidding me.
Anything like that. But, yeah, if I were Cedar Grove, I'm going up top.
That pass is intercepted. Latrovan Blackamore down the sidelines. Cutting through to the 10. He's going to score. Latrovan Blackamore, touchdown, Cedar Grove, as time expires here in the second quarter.
What did I say a couple minutes ago, Jack? Go to the half, take the 14-point deficit.
DeBinion checks in the game on the far side, getting pressed up front. Wright is in the backfield. Play action. Smith looking for DeBinion over the top for it all. He hauls it in. Touchdown, Cedar Grove.
What a throw right there by Austin Smith.
Getting the fans that we do have here on their feet in a pretty tight game right now is Bailey. Driving back to the pass. Ben's coming after him. Bailey still on his feet, looking for someone to go to. Throws it. He's got no receiver. It's intercepted. It's intercepted. There goes Wicker Croft. Oh, what a play. What a swing of events for the Cats. Wow. Travis Kane was open on just a remarkable play. Wicker Croft goes over the middle, catches the deflection, and almost house calls it. Now Madison Durr, the leading facilitator on this Pace Academy team, almost 6 assists per game. 6'5". Now to Mindenberg. Josh Mindenberg, their leading three-point shooter. Down low to Middleton. Middleton powers his way up. It's blocked by David Smith. Smith comes in with the help defense and blocks. And Cleveland gets called for the foul on Foster. And for Pace, their prize player number 35, Matthew Cleveland. 28 offers, a 4-star in the class of 2021, the number 2 ranked player in Georgia for the class of 2021, sitting at 6'8", and he's a guard too. It's not like a 6'8" forward, 6'8" center. He's 6'8", and he plays the guard position.
Yeah, Cleveland definitely their best all-around player on the floor right now, Jack.
Now Longacre at the top of the key. Cats are going to have to hit him from the perimeter tonight. Not sure how much space is going to be in the interior. Perchik, the left hand, puts it up and in.
Just how they drew it up, David Perchik getting to the rim and putting the Cats on board.
That's what I'm saying. You got to pull the bigs out for Pace. If the Cats are able to spread things out and get the bigs out of the paint, they can set up looks like that for David Perchik. Now Cleveland, back to Durr. Durr shoots it or passes it or something, and it goes out of bounds. I think that might have been a lob intended for Cleveland. 2-0 Westminster, 6:48 left here to go in the first.
And Pace coming out with an early press. We'll see how Westminster handles it.
And Perchik throws it deep. No one home. And now Durr takes it back. Durr, second year on this Pace team, came from St. Francis, where he played his freshman year. Mindenberg now swinging to Middleton. Middleton, 225 pounds. He is thick. And he drives to the basket, goes up, no good. Foster with a nice defense. Now Mindenberg fires from deep, no hesitation, puts it in. Mindenberg shooting 38% from the three-point line. No hesitation. Perchik, who had 19 points versus Towers, including the go-ahead three-pointer. To Maxson on the left wing. Cats moving the ball slowly. Now inside Maxson. Recovers down the baseline. He'll get called for a double dribble. Coach Sharman White calling out the play for Pace Academy. Now in his 22nd season as a high school coach, eclipsed 400 wins just a few days ago versus Cedar Grove. 401 and 103 in his career. Now Cleveland, wide open three. Book it.
Look, Cleveland will penetrate first on this defense, but if you give him that kind of space, like I said, he's an all-around player. He's going to kill you from beyond the arc.
A nice save by our cheerleader down there, S.J. Peterson, showing the hand-eye coordination. Cats down 4 with 5:31 left to play. Pace coming out with the full court press. And it's a 5-second violation. So Pace's full court press giving Westminster issues. Now off the inbound. Durr looking for Middleton, trying to get positioning in the post. Loses the ball, it'll go out of bounds, and it'll remain with Pace. So Middleton standing at 6'6" and weighing 225 pounds, trying to bully his way in the paint. Ken Foster said, I faced Ryan Mutombo last week. I know a thing or two about guarding some bigs. Now Durr drives to his left, goes up and under and lays it in. And we got a foul on Cleveland. So that's his second foul. And Durr was trying to get the foul called on Mindenberg because Cleveland has 2 fouls, and now he'll check out of the game in favor of Justin Johnson. Johnson looks a little big be playing basketball. 6'2", 225. That's right, because he is their fullback. He scored 2 touchdowns against Westminster in Westminster's 36-17 win over Pace this year.
You know, even as big as Johnson is, he will handle the ball very well for a body like his.
Smith being tightly guarded by Mindenberg, and he gets called for a blocking foul. Coach Sharman White, a head coaching legend here in the state of Georgia, won 6 straight state championships from 2009 to 2014 with Miller Grove High School. Started that program from scratch and left it as a perennial powerhouse in the state of Georgia. Smith brings it up, not a Longacre. Now gives it back to Smith. Fires from deep and puts it in. Davis Smith gets on the board. A much-needed three-point basket, cuts it to 3. In the corner. 44 seconds left. Now Perchik for the lead, fires, puts it in! David Perchik with a go-ahead 3. Foster now with the inbounds. Hand off to Smith, looking for Longacre off the screen. Longacre fires from deep, he puts it in! Jason Longacre with a 3-pointer. The Cats take a 1-point lead.
It's time, big defense right here.
14 seconds left. The Cats up 1 point. Goldberg has the ball. They're looking for Mutombo with 7. Foster tips it away. 5 seconds left and Pershing gets fouled. Heroics at Turner Gymnasium.
I'm Jack Hunter with WCAT here with Orlando Magic shooting coach Bruce Chrysler. And coach, you've had a lot of players come through the Orlando Magic that have been known for being sort of project players that have had a lot of size, length, and you've got to teach them how to shoot. One of those guys, Jonathan Isaac, showing a really good shot this year. What's the type of work you put in with him this offseason?
Well, that, as any player is going to be made in the summertime, and unfortunately we didn't have a whole lot of summer, so he's been working.
Another guy that's been really good for the Magic this year, breaking on the scene, Nikola Vucevic, a guy who's had a very good jump shot this year. Is there anything different about him and Jonathan Isaac in the way you approach their jump shots?
No, it's just each one's different. And so what we tried to do is find a level of comfort. So it makes a difference.
You've got a new guy coming in town at the trade deadline, Markelle Fultz, who's been a little infamous for having an inconsistent jump shot so far. You got any plans on how to work with him?
Well, I think we'll approach that when Markelle comes in and gets an opportunity to work. The process normally is that we film people and then sit down and look at it and see what we think and then come to a joint decision on what we need to do.
All right, I'm Jack Hunter with WCAT here inside the Orlando Magic locker room signing off.
Good job, man.
Jack Hunter here at Hughes Spalding Stadium tonight, here where the Westminster Wildcats will face off against the Marist War Eagles. The last time Westminster played against Marist here at Hughes Spalding Stadium was September 13th, 1996. Yes, 23 years ago to this date. The last time Westminster played a game here, though, was in 2009 when floods hit the Buckhead area and Westminster played Avondale High School here at Marist. Now to the 2019 Marist War Eagles football team, another strong team. Ranked number 2 in the 4A classification behind Cartersville. This team was outscored their opponents 94-8 in their first 2 games of the year, including a 49-0 win over Lubbock. They're led by 2 players in specific, B-back Lincoln Parker and quarterback Connor Sigelski, 2 guys that ran for 3 touchdowns combined versus Westminster in a 24-7 rout of the Wildcats at the Pigskin Picnic last year. Those guys were prolific. Marist was up 21-0 entering the 4th quarter. On Westminster's side, they entered today's game with their best win and their only win of the year last week versus St. Pius X High School in a game that Westminster won 42-14 versus St. Pius. Cats ran for 360 yards, including 204 from Paul Wethington. Will Hallmark also had a standout performance as well with 3 touchdowns rushing and 1 touchdown passing the ball to Denton Schamberger. Now Westminster is going to be very interesting. They ran the ball 42 times last week, passed the ball 3 times. Marist has 3 guys over 270 pounds, so Marist is going to be stacking the box. So it's going to be interesting to see what Westminster does to combat that. Another interesting matchup, too, is 2 legendary coaches on this sideline and that sideline. Alan Chadwick for Marist and Coach Jerry Romberg for Westminster. 2 coaches, the only 2 coaches in the state that have 200 wins at one school. So Chadwick at Marist, Romberg at Westminster. Chadwick holds the lead in active wins in the GHSA. Romberg slowly approaching getting his 200th win last year. We'll hope you would join us tonight on WCAT. Kickoff at 7:30. Myself, Andrew Abernathy, and Franklin Brandon will have the call. Pregame at 7 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in, and go Cats.